Hey guys, what's up? BTC Man here, and just doing another round of HYIP news for August 19th, and going to talk about some programs that are still up and running, up and paying right now, and some programs that are unfortunately not paying. Um, and this comes a day after there was a DDoS or denial of service attack that affected a number of HYIPs yesterday. Five total, but four of them I was invested in, and two of them actually took the opportunity to shut down, and they are no longer paying as of today. So I want to go over all of those with you. But first, like I always do, I want to spend the first half of the video talking about programs that are still up and running, and a couple of them actually survived the attack yesterday and bounced back, and they're still paying out as of today. So I want to talk about all those with you, but first one is Chest Wallet. This is a piggy bank. That means you can withdraw your principal for a 5% fee. And this program has been up and running since June 27th as a sleeper, and it woke up a couple of weeks ago and has been paying out like clockwork. I've received no issues, no problems with this one. Those are my total earnings right there, and I've earned 27.74% return on investment of my zero point zero 0.04 Bitcoin investment. This has been a terrific program. It offers only 2.64% return daily, which is why I think it's not as attractive to a lot of investors, and it's not getting a lot of popularity, but it is steadily growing in the Alexa rankings, even though it's at a pretty modest ranking right now. So Chess Wallet, I want to give props to because it's been running the longest so far of all the programs that I've been invested in. And the next one is CCM Limited, which has returned now the highest amount of ROI of the programs that I'm currently invested in. That's 81% as I received my latest payment from them earlier today. Only invested in zero point zero 0.03 Bitcoin here, which is roughly about $120 US, and that's how much I've received so far. And just like Chess Wallet, received no pending payments, no saved payments. Payments have not been hanging in the blockchain or anything like that. I've received every withdrawal instantly, and I have nothing really but bad to say about CCM Limited. So that's the next one. And this is Forksmine. This is a program that I just joined a few days ago, and I've received two accruals so far. Both payments have gone through instantly. This is a program that offers 9% return daily, and this will run for until the administrator chooses to end the program. So, and you are not able to, this is not a piggy bank, so you're not able to withdraw your principal early. Now, the unique thing about this one is a couple of things, and I went over this sort of in the overview video for Forksmine, but it's rumored to have a well-respected administrator who ran several programs before, including BitHonest, which I reviewed on this channel, and it returned 165% return on investment for me. So that's why I'm pretty excited about this one. I have zero point zero 0.07 Bitcoin invested in it, and so far I've received 18% return on investment. So, and also Forksmine was one of the five programs that was affected by the outage yesterday, and they seem to not be bothered by it at all. They bounced right back. They were one of the first programs, if not the first website, that was launched back up after the outage, and nothing. It didn't affect their withdrawals or their payment system or anything. So I think that's pretty impressive for Forksmine, and looking forward for the long run for this one. The next program is Chain.group, and the specific plan that I'm invested in here is their cloud share plan. I've received 24.4% return on investment so far, and just like the other programs, I have had no hiccups as far as the withdrawals. They've been going through like clockwork whenever I have processed them. In the overview video, I went over some of the cons that I think this program has, like some of their fees, including their Bitcoin mining fee that they take out of each withdrawal that you make, which I don't agree with, but I still think their plans are attractive enough that I can overcome those losses with pure return on investment earnings daily. They offer up to 10% return on investment, but it's a floating interest rate. So you could earn as low as 0.1%, like you did here on this day, and this day. But you can also earn as high as 10%. And I think it's a pretty interesting risk. And I'm in it with $60 US right here. And Chain Group is still paying as of this video today. And if I haven't mentioned it already, all the links to all these programs, in case you do want to join them, will be in the description below. And the next program up was also affected by the outage yesterday, the attack, and Bitgate is back up and running, and they are still paying out. I did have a hiccup earlier today with them as far as a withdrawal that went to saved, but within 15 minutes, that saved withdrawal was sent to my wallet. So I'm not sure if that was um, something to be alarmed about, but we'll see. It's not like you can withdraw your principal here. You're sort of stuck now. I made my deposit a few days ago, zero point zero 0.05 Bitcoin, and I've received zero point zero 0.02 Bitcoin on returns. So that's a 40% return on investment. So hopefully that saved withdrawal wasn't a sign of things to come. Hopefully that was just an aberration. Sometimes it does happen to certain sites, especially ones that have hosting issues like Bitgate had yesterday, along with all the other websites that were under attack. So Bitgate is up and running still. I'm at 40% ROI. This one pays out 8% daily, in case you were wondering. And the next program up is going to be brand new. It's called BrickBit, and this one pays out 5% daily, quote unquote, forever, or until the program shuts down. Um, and you see the minimum deposit there, 0.001, and a max deposit of 10 Bitcoin for their first plan, the 5% daily plan. So that means you will break even in 20 days. So that, I would say this is a medium length plan in that instance. Um, I've just joined this program. I'm going to deposit 0.05 and see where it goes. Hoping for good ones with this one. I have the person who referred this to me is a well-respected member of the HYIP community. He had a pretty good feeling about it. I would say it's a medium confidence one. I'm not, 100% certain that it will be a success, but I have enough confidence in it that I'm willing to take the risk and roll the dice on this one. So that's BrickBit. And now let's take a look at the programs that are no longer running this week. And these just happened yesterday. Ambis was affected by the outage, the DDoS attack, and they were down, but they bounced back pretty quickly. And fortunately, I was able to get my final deposit out of there. And also, thank you to one of my viewers. I believe their name is Practical Config or something like that, something of that nature. But they were having issues with their release withdrawal, and I told them that I would actually release my deposit, and just to let them know whether or not it was going through, because I had a zero point zero 0.07 Bitcoin deposit. If you remember, if you watched my Ambis reinvestment round 4 video, and it did go through. I was able to withdraw the entire amount of my zero point zero 0.07 minus the 7% fee. And so, if it wouldn't have been for that viewer, I probably would have let this one run for a couple of more days. But I'm glad and thankful that I didn't, because they are no longer paying as of right now. They did send an email out to their investors saying that for the next 48 hours, they would have a minimum withdrawal of limit of 200 Bitcoin. That means you have to request at least a 200 Bitcoin withdrawal. And as I'm sure you guys know, that is hard to believe that anybody has more than 200 Bitcoin in their Ambis account. I think that's pretty much bullshit. And I think that that's just a cop out of trying to get people off their back for the next 48 hours as they shut this program down. I'm fairly certain, I'm about 95% certain that Ambis is done. I would be very, very surprised if in 48 hours they resume payments. So this program is shut down. But on the flip side of that, this program went 51 days, which is excellent for a piggy bank program. Like I said, I had 4 different investments in this program over the amount of time from June 27th, their launch, all the way up until yesterday when they shut down, August 18th. I didn't have the investments in at the same time. This 0.19 was not invested all at once, although if it was, and I would have let it ride, I would have made quite a huge profit here. But hopefully you guys made some good profits here. I've been making videos on Ambis for well over a month, I think. And so I hope that you took advantage of jumping in, making your money, setting your goal, withdrawing, and making your profit. This one was one of the better HYIPs of 2017 up to this point. Definitely with the piggy banks. You've got to put it up there with BTC Clock, which ran about 3 months, and Altcoiner, which was my biggest win in piggy banks ever, that ran a few months and that provided me a $220 profit. So Ambis, I think overall my final numbers were about $95 pure profit and 112% return on investment. And I think that's really only because I separated my investments. I didn't do them all at once. And also because of that 7% withdrawal fee. Usually it's 5% for piggy banks, but this one was a little bit higher. So Ambis is done. They unfortunately took the opportunity yesterday during the outage to pretty much shut down their program. And that's one way to handle it, but at least they ran 51 days. Unfortunately, BitLake has only been around for 10 and a half days, and they also took the outage yesterday as an opportunity to cut and run. And if you believe some of the reports that you're hearing right now, they allegedly have about 400 Bitcoin in their wallet. So do the math, that's well over $1 million that they made in this program. And they cut and run. They could have easily extended this program at least another week and still made a very healthy profit. And if they would have stuck it around another week, or a week to 10 days at least, they would have satisfied a lot of their investors. And if they were to run another program in the future, a lot of their investors would jump in it on day one. But instead, they went for the quick grab, the quick money grab and run. And unfortunately, they pretty much blacklisted themselves because if there's even a whiff of a rumor that a program is run by the BitLake administrator, they're not going to get much traffic. They're going to be blacklisted amongst the monitors, the blog runners, and people like me who have YouTube channels. We're not going to forget this. Thankfully, I was able to get in on day one, and so I broke even at 100% return on investment, but I didn't make any profit. And I know a lot of the people that got in later ended up losing in this program. So this is not a positive experience for a program like BitLake that chooses to do business this way. But they went for, the one and done instead of building a reputation and providing several successful programs that would have netted them, 10 times the amount of money that they made in just this one program. So it's unfortunate, but BitLake is garbage. They are done. Um, the last program that I'm going to talk about that also crashed this week was one that just launched about 5 days ago, and they're not even up anymore. They've completely torn down their website, spitchhashing.net, but this one was featured in a few monitors as well and blogs, and I know they made a quick dash and grab as far as accepting early investors and then completely cutting out, but that was like almost record time. This program shut down after 1 or 2 days, so there's no real reason to go into any more detail about this one because there's no way that you could actually sign up for it anymore. So BitHashing also no good. These 3 programs were the main programs that crashed this week, so that's what I wanted to go over. But there's still plenty of good ones that are up and running and providing profit. I'm thinking probably of letting my investment sit in Chess Wallet another 5 days or so, and then cashing out and being happy with my modest winnings. And let's hope that Crypto Capital Limited ends up crossing into the profit area. I've got, let's see, this is a 9% daily accrual site, so I believe I've got 2 more days till I essentially break even, and then the third day and every day after that is going to be pure profit. So hopefully CCM sticks around. Forksmine, like I said, has a great reputation behind it, and I hope that this one ends up providing the biggest results. So that'll do it for HYIP news for this week, guys. If this video is helpful to you, go ahead and click the like button. If any of these programs that are up and running look appetizing to you, I've left the link in the description below. And just like always, if you follow the rules, you will get a 50% referral commission that I get from your initial deposit back. And I will check you guys in the next video. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more just like this one. Talk to you later, guys.